A special talent has arrived in Manchester, and when you just watch this guy play, you just know that he's going to be something special in the future. Some players impress you with efficiency, others with trophies or statistics. But every once in a while, there's a player who appears and truly makes you fall in love with the sport of football. And Rayan Cherki is that kind of player. I mean, every single time Cherki touches the ball, he just always does something magical, and after the game, you always see his clips on social media. I mean, just from me watching him and seeing him in his first touches in the Manchester City shirt, I could just tell that something was different with this guy. It's not just the talent or the confidence, I feel like, but the way he played. It didn't look like he rehearsed or forced it. It just looked like he was a natural baller. He played with that weird flair that I haven't seen in a while, and it's so rare to find a player like that these days. He takes risks in the moments where most players play it safe, and every time the ball gets to his feet, there's a sense that something might just happen.
Oh, and that is quite something.
And this is something different at Manchester City, because when I usually tap into those types of games, it's just robotic football. I mean, passing it to the wingers passing it back. But with Cherki, I feel like I can tap in and I just genuinely enjoy watching him. And the crazy thing is, Man City only got him for 36.5 million euros. That's a steal. Also, one other thing that I like about Cherki is that he sees the game differently. While modern football often feels controlled and pattern-based, Cherki just plays off of his pure instinct. He reacts to what's in front of him rather than following a script. To him, the pitch is not really a system, but a place for him to express himself. And he said it himself before, he doesn't just want to play football, he wants to actually enjoy it. And he wants the fans to feel the same joy watching him. And honestly, you can see in everything he does on the pitch. When he dribbles, it's because he genuinely believes he's beating his man. When he plays a pass, it's because he sees something there that others don't. He's constantly trying to create magic, not just pass it sideways to keep possession. Oh well, let me tell you, this story didn't just start now at the Etihad, it started back in Lyon. From when he was super young, it was obvious that Cherki was just different. He constantly had to play with older kids because matches against his own age group were basically too easy for him. His coaches realized pretty quickly they had something special on their hands. By 15, he was already playing for Lyon's reserve team against actual grown men, which is honestly pretty crazy to think about because when I was 15, I was definitely not playing against grown men. Physically, he developed early, and technically, he was miles ahead of everyone. But here's really what made him different. It wasn't just the dribbling or the creativity, it was how insanely comfortable he was with both feet. Like, you genuinely couldn't tell which foot was his stronger one. Left, right, it didn't matter. Shooting, passing, crossing, free kicks, he could do literally everything the same way with either feet. Yeah, so this guy was basically so cracked that during his childhood camps, coaches would ask him to take a left-footed corner kick knowing that he was right-footed. Then Cherki would just walk up to the corner and then casually just whip it in perfectly with his left foot. The truth is, he was right-footed and left-footed at the same time. So by 16, Lyon really had no choice but to throw him into the first team. Youth football just wasn't challenging for him anymore. And in October 2019, he made his first pro debut, becoming one of the youngest players in Lyon's entire history. A few months later, he made actual national headlines. Still only 16 years old, he scored his first senior goal in the Coupe de France, becoming the youngest goal scorer Lyon had ever had. But then came the game that really announced him to the world. Against Nantes in the Coupe de France, Cherki absolutely took over. He had 2 goals and 2 assists in a 4-3 win. A 16-year-old kid was involved in every single goal of a senior knockout match. That's so crazy to wrap your head around, and the French media literally called it the Cherki show, and even Kylian Mbappe was tweeting about it that night. And if you didn't think that was crazy, wait till you hear this. At only 17 years old, he was playing in the Champions League semi-finals. He's the youngest player ever to appear at that stage. A teenager just casually stepping onto one of the biggest stages in world football like it was nothing. The hype was absolutely crazy. Clips of his skills were everywhere. Lyon fans genuinely felt like they were watching a future Ballon d'Or winner grow up right in front of them. But here's the thing, development is never a straight line. Cherki was fearless with the ball. He'd always try the hardest option possible. Sometimes it worked and the stadium went absolutely crazy. Other times, not so much and people got frustrated. He'd lose the ball trying stuff that most players wouldn't even dream of attempting. Fans got impatient and there were times he literally got booed at his own stadium. But inside the club, the coaches saw it differently. This was just a young kid learning in public in front of thousands of people. His talent was never the question. What he needed was better decision making, more discipline, and to understand when to take those crazy risks and when to just keep it simple. Oh, and I also forget to mention that this kid never played defense. He saw himself as a creator and he thought that his job wasn't to track back. That caused some tension and that even led to him being benched sometimes and people started questioning his attitude. He even got labeled as difficult even though people close to him say that he was just ambiguous, passionate, and incredibly confident in his own ability. Those early years for him I feel like were really difficult, but I feel like they also mattered. They're like the Kenan events for football players. By the time Cherki was like 19 19 or 20, you could actually see the change happening. He started picking his moments better, he worked harder off the ball, and he learned when to slow things down and when to hit the gas pedal. The flair was still absolutely there, but now it's more controlled, more effective, and more mature. But then we really began to see Cherki in the 24-25 season. I feel like that's when he became to pop out even more. Cherki stopped being just a talented kid and he became that guy at Lyon. He finished that season at Lyon with 12 goals and 20 assists across all competitions. He led the league in assists, he won Dribbler of the Year, and he made the team of the season. And he also topped the Europa League assist charts with 8. Oh my god, throwback to the first time that Rayan Cherki really blew my mind was when Lyon was playing Manchester United at Old Trafford in the Europa League. I mean, the dude was just balling out, like he was just going crazy. He was absolutely destroying Manchester United. I remember after he scored, he was shortly subbed off, and then Manchester United ended up coming back and winning. He was playing so well, and we all had one thing on our minds: he was definitely ready for the next level. Manchester City moved fast and they got the deal done before anyone else could swoop in. The fee shocked people. Around £30 million for a player with this kind of ability felt almost too good to be true. Pep Guardiola knew exactly what he was getting, not a replacement for anyone, but a completely different type of creator.
Always when we sign a player, we expect the best. Always with Ryan, have that feeling for day one. Express his incredible talent.
Someone who could bring that individual spark into a system that's all about control and precision. Cherki called it the perfect project, a club that values possession, intelligence, and creative expression. Within days of signing, he scored his first goal for City like no adjustment period needed whatsoever. And you know what I found pretty crazy? They gave him the number 10 shirt so quickly. That's not just a number, that's a statement. It's for players trusted to create, to take responsibility, to be the difference maker. And Cherki didn't just shy away or run away from it. He absolutely embraced that role. Pep brought him in gradually, but even with his limited minutes early on, his impact was obvious. He scored on his Premier League debut, then kept adding goals and assists across every competition. Fans connected with him immediately because watching him play just feels different. He's properly two-footed, which means defenders literally can't show him to just one side. He's unpredictable in the best way possible, and that makes him incredibly difficult to stop. His tricks aren't just for Instagram or social media. Every touch has a purpose. Every pass is calculated. He sees spaces before they even open up and has the technical ability to exploit them. Pep talks a lot about keeping things simple, but he's also said that when you have a player with something truly special, you let them express it. Cherki is absolutely one of those players. In a game that's becoming more and more robotic and controlled, Rayan Cherki reminds people why we fall in love with football in the first place. He plays with pure joy, he plays to entertain, and he plays with the belief that football should actually be fun to watch. Manchester City didn't just sign a talented footballer, they signed someone people genuinely want to tune in to watch. And if this is only the beginning, then we're all in for one hell of a ride. Boom! And just like that, we're at the end of the video. And if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like down below. And don't forget to comment your thoughts about Rayan Cherki. If you want to see more football content coming your way, turn on post notifications and I'll see you guys in the next football video.